Mjolo Will Humble You by Ntendeni Luvhengo. Episode 1, Load Shedding. So yeah, hey, Bazalwane, yeah ne, Mzanzi ne. Can you believe it? I seriously bathed outside, in the nude, in the cold. Me, yes me, a whole me. Nengwana wa Japan, me, child of Japan, bathing outside, cold water, near a river in the dark. A moment that can only be made in Africa. Just imagine. Like some village boy from one of those National Geographic Channel documentaries on primitive, uncivilized corners of Africa. So, after spending the last 6 years bathing in the lights of Tokyo, I come back to South Africa and guess what? I'm welcomed by darkness. Darkness. So, don't be offended next time when you hear someone referring to Africa as the dark continent. It's dark, Mus. I, child of Africa, born and bred, can testify that truly mine is the dark continent. Thanks to ESCOM, excellent in living up to the stereotype. Oh my God, where are my manners? Intro. So, my name is Hayani Mudau, and I just recently returned to South Africa from Japan, where I taught English in high schools near Tokyo for 6 years. So yes, I left Africa 6 years ago, straight after my Rhodes University graduation, and never looked back at this dark continent. Thank you, ESCOM. So, for the past 6 years, I never witnessed or experienced a crime, load shedding, water shedding, disruptive protest, road barricades, violence, drama, or any of that nonsense that forms the DNA of South Africa. What's next? Oxygen shedding? Life shedding? Existence shedding? Happiness shedding? Because each day in this country will shed your happiness, Bazalwane. Call Johannesburg Maboneng, the city of lights, and I will laugh at you. I don't mean to compare, but bruh, go to Tokyo to see what lights are. Maboneng, really? World-class African city, as your favorite politicians claim, that cannot keep the lights on? City of lights, with no hot water? Come on, I'm laughing. Bear with me, Bazalwane. I know I sound like a snob who's been abroad and is now looking down on a country. Stay humble. Don't forget where you come from. Don't forget your roots. Don't let the soft life get to your head. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I can hear you shouting at me in disgust. But you know what? It's not that I'm a snob or anything. It's called standards or levels, as we call it in these South African streets. I have tasted the standard of living in a truly world-class city, and I refuse to scale down. I just want my country to achieve the bare minimum. I just want the basics, bare minimum. Electricity, warmth, and water, batu, the norm, the world standard. Does that make me a bad person? I'm talking clean and well-maintained infrastructure respected by citizens. I can go on and on and on and on until I know you. But you get the picture though, right? I could talk all day, Bazalwane. So yes, after living in heaven, I mean Japan, for half a decade, I was like, you know what? Let me give South Africa a chance. Batu. My country. Rainbow nation, bright nation, chakalaka nation. At some point, I need to stay close to my roots. I need to remember my country. Everybody does need to remember their country, their roots at some point, right? South Africa cannot be as bad as I remember it, right? My imagination about the country has possibly been tainted by my time in this so-called heaven of Japan. The unfair comparisons I make between the two countries make everything sound worse in my head. So yeah. I'm sure, it's worse in my head. So let me give South Africa a chance, I thought. And that's what I did. I relocated back to the Rainbow Nation. And as soon as I landed, South Africa was like, ta-da! Welcome back to the motherland, you mother, you fake wannabe Japanese, you child of Africa. Here's a taste of darkness and cold water as a welcome back home gift from us. Futek!